Today we're going to talk about forgiveness and what to do and what not to do to forgive someone who wronged you. I've recently got out of a relationship, and the reason why I left is because of what kind of person that he was and the things that he would do, the things he would say. I just had to get out of that relationship, and every single time I think about all the bad things he did, all the bad encounters we had, I get really angry and I can't get myself to let it go or forgive him. It's been 2 months since our breakup, and still I find myself struggling to really forgive, but each day gets better and better, and now I'm here to tell y'all how you can forgive someone who has wronged you. So before we get into all the steps on how to forgive someone, you should know these important things on forgiveness, okay? First of all, when you're trying to forgive somebody, you're not trying to forgive them for them, you're trying to forgive them for you, because holding in all that anger and that stress is not healthy for you. And if you sit here and let yourself let it go, it's way healthy for you. Just remember, forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. Also, you don't always need closure to forgive and forget, okay? Sometimes closure is never going to be found, and that's okay. Sometimes there's going to be unanswered questions. Sometimes it's going to be unresolved issues, but it's your job to decide whether you're okay with that or not. And you don't have to be okay with that to forgive somebody. You don't. Don't let anybody make you feel pressured to forgive them and to be friends with them, because you can forgive somebody, but they don't have to be in your life, you know? It should be your choice to forgive them or not. And if you do forgive them, that doesn't mean they should have access to you or your life, because if somebody wronged you once, they could potentially do it again. And if you let yourself be open to that heartbreak again, that's on you. You know, that's saying fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, because like after the first time, you should learn. Forgiving people does not make you weak, it makes you strong, okay? It takes guts, it takes courage to really forgive someone for doing you wrong, because there's people out there who really fuck you over physically, mentally, emotionally, people who will mess with your fucking survival. And it's like, for example, my ex, at the end of our relationship, he got a cash advance through my account on my phone, and then when we broke up, he couldn't pay me the $300, so I had to tell my parents, and my dad gave me $300, and that was that. I had to cut him off. Like I said, he did me so wrong to a point where he fucked with my survival. That's why I had to leave his ass, and I still can't forgive him for that. It's gonna take me a long time for me to really forgive, because maybe one day I'll forgive him, but I will never forget, ever. I'll never forget the way he treated me, the way he manipulated me, trying to control me, all that extra shit. But now let's get into the actual step-by-step on how to forgive someone. The first step is to acknowledge the hurt, okay? Like, this person did you wrong, this person betrayed you, this person was not good for you, and it's painful, especially if you had a good relationship with that person. It's okay to acknowledge the fact that that person hurts you. Own your feelings, be in your feelings, validate your feelings, okay? Because whatever that person did, they did it and it hurt you. So acknowledge that and understand why it hurt you. Like I said, acknowledge it and allow yourself to feel your emotions. Don't hold that shit back. Don't bottle it up. Don't make it seem like it's your fault, because your feelings are valid too. The next step is to decide whether you want to forgive them or not. Let's just start there. Like, you are not obligated to forgive anybody if you are not ready. Like I said, I'm still mad at my ex. I don't know when I'll ever forgive him. Like, it may be to a point where like I really have to be in a different relationship for me to really get over it, or I really have to be rich and successful to really forget about the money that he took from me. Also, the hundreds of fucking dollars that he borrowed from me, and never gave back because he was a broke ass motherfucker, which is why his fucking car got repossessed. And that was the only time I was able to leave him, because every time I try to break up with him, he would always come over here and talk me down and try to get me back every fucking time. But this time he couldn't do that because he had no fucking car, so I was like, this is the perfect time for me to leave. So he did that dumbass shit where he didn't want to fucking pay me back for my damn Empower account that he fucking took money out of. Fucking asshole. So like I said, if you don't feel ready to forgive, you don't fucking have to. It's cool. The next step on how to forgive someone is thinking about perspective. You know, like, it doesn't excuse what the other person did, but just think about why they did it. You know, like, just think about like all the past trauma they've been through, how immature they are, how insecure they are. Some people do things because of certain circumstances. Some people do things because they're insecure. Some people do things because they're broke. People say do things because of certain circumstances. So you really have to put yourself in their shoes and like understand why they did what they did. It doesn't excuse the action that they did. It doesn't excuse them from wronging you, but just kind of see from their side on why they would do it in the first place. And then it kind of gives you a better understanding of like, okay, like they did it because of this. That doesn't make it right, but also they're human and humans make mistakes. So, you know, although they're not going to come back into my life, I forgive you because you're a human being going through your human experience and you make mistakes. I make mistakes. We all make mistakes. And that's just that on that. Gain perspective. Like, put yourself in their shoes, see why they did it, and ask yourself, would you do some shit like that if you were in their shoes? My answer would be no. I would never do some shit like that to anybody. I would never fucking fucking take hundreds of dollars from somebody, call it borrowing, and then never pay it back once we break up. The next step to forgive someone is to set a boundary. Like I said, once you forgive them, that does not mean they have to be in your life. If you have to block them, if you have to tell them you don't have access to me anymore, I forgive you, but you don't have access. If you have to delete every picture of them, if you have to delete every inkling of them in your life, then do that. If you want to forgive them but never see them ever again, then do that. This is your life. You have room to do whatever you want in your life, and just set the boundary. Like, cut all contact. During the relationship, I kept setting boundaries. He kept crossing those boundaries, so I finally snapped and I said, you know what, you crossed my boundaries, I'm done. I kept telling him over and over, I said, listen, if you don't work out, we're done. If you don't become more responsible, we're done. And boom, I left, because he was the most irresponsible, immature, insecure person I've ever fucking met, and I cannot be in a relationship with a man like that. Next person that I decide to date, they need to be better. They need to be better. They need to be just like me, because I'm driven and I'm ambitious and I am disciplined and I get my shit done. I get shit done, okay? One thing about me, I get shit done no matter what. No matter if I'm tired, no matter if I'm hungry, no matter if I'm angry, happy, depressed, whatever. I get shit done no matter fucking what. I don't make excuses. All he did was make excuses. All he did was sit around his ass all day, and then at night he thought about his life and he looked around. He's like, damn, like, this is my life. Like, I want to be better. I want to get rich. Every time some struggle happens, which was a lot, like, he had the mindset of like lack, and like life would happen to him and not for him. His mindset really reflected how his life went every fucking day. The way he thought was irritating. Like the shit he would say, things he would do, the things, like the jokes he would make, the fact that he would go on and on with the same joke or drag a joke on, and I would specifically be like, stop, and he's still going. He has no boundaries. He knew no boundaries. He had no respect for me and for other people as well. He was low-key racist too. There was one time, mini story time, there was one time I was driving my car, he was in the passenger seat. There's this other guy driving, I guess he cut me off or whatever, like something. I didn't make a big deal out of it, but he did. Mind you, I'm the one driving, not him. And then also, mind you, the other person in the car, the other car, was Asian. Okay, so the Asian driver cut me off or whatever. I don't remember, y'all don't even fucking remember exactly what happened. He cut me off and then he's like, oh my god, I hate Asian people. I'm like, excuse me? I'm like, that's hella racist. Like, he's like, I'm not racist. I'm like, bro, like, you just straight up say you hate Asian people. Like, is that not racist? Like, man, now you think I'm racist. I'm like, nigga, you just scream that you hate Asian people for no reason. Like, you're not even the fucking one driving. Sorry, every time I talk about him, I just get really fucking heated, and you can just tell. That's why, like, this video is about forgiveness, but like I said, like I keep reiterating, forgiveness should not be forced upon. If you're not ready to forgive somebody, then fucking don't forgive them, because you falsely forgiving somebody is not gonna do the shit besides make you more mad. The next step to forgiving somebody is to let go. You're going to constantly be letting go, getting mad, letting go, getting mad, letting go. You don't just forgive one time. You gotta forgive somebody a million fucking times, because sometimes what they did to you creeps back in. Like, sometimes you get memories and shit coming back into your brain and it makes you mad all over again. You really have to train your brain to like let it go each and every single time. That's the hard part. Some days I feel like I'm completely over that nigga, like I'm so fucking glad that we're over, and some other days I'd be pissed off thinking about like how he wronged me, and thinking about an argument we had beginning of our relationship, or thinking about that random time we were at the store and he said some bullshit to a lady walking across the fucking aisle to embarrass me. The part where he tried to embarrass me when I was at the store and he was on the fucking phone and I was asking for rewards points phone number, and then he gave me a false ass phone number, wasting fucking time. There's a whole long ass line of people, and he's like, oh my god. And like every time I would call him out on some shit, that's when he would call me out on some shit that he felt about some shit. I'm like, bro, why do you only talk about your feelings when I bring up mine? I don't understand. That shit pissed me off. But I'm sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. I'm talking about forgiveness and shit. And my last point in how to forgive someone is to heal yourself. Like, when somebody has wronged you, this is the perfect time to start focusing on yourself and building yourself up. Like, if somebody drained your fucking energy, now's the time to bring your own energy back up. If somebody gave you unhealthy fucking food every single day and you felt like garbage, and then you finally leave that person, now is your chance to make yourself some healthy food and take care of yourself. You know, that's just an example. When this shit really be pissing you off, I wrote it down. Like, what I did this earlier today actually. You get you a paper, write a letter to the person that wronged you, and you write it as if like you talking to them, and you write everything how you feel it, exactly how you feel it. After that, you read the letter, you can crumple it, you can rip it up, you can fucking burn it. Be careful, don't be an arsonist, okay? But overall, forgiveness is about healing yourself and your heart and taking care of yourself. It is not about the other person. Despite them hurting you and causing you pain, like, forgiveness is about releasing their control over your emotions. emotions, okay? You have to gain your control back of your own emotions. You cannot let somebody else be in charge of how you feel. You cannot let somebody else be in charge of your freedom, of your peace, of your emotional freedom and peace. You cannot let somebody trap you into thinking that you're wrong for feeling the way you feel. And you cannot let somebody gaslight you into thinking that your feelings are wrong or invalid, because they are. No matter what the fuck they did or your part in it, like however you feel is the most 100% valid. It is so valid, and you need to recognize that. And forgiving someone is not going to take a day. It's going to take a long fucking time. Like when I was younger, I would get bullied a lot, and there are some main bullies that I remember for the rest of my life. And some of them have tried to DM me and try to get back into my life and try to be nice to me because I'm pretty all of a sudden. Every time I see their picture, I'm just like, you remind me every single day of what you used to do to me when I was a kid. Like I just remember you throwing paper at me in class and calling me fat and ugly, and you would play my old YouTube videos in class and make fun of me and call me dumb. Like I said, you really don't have to ever forgive somebody, ever. But if you want to release the pain and suffering, if you want to be free of negative feelings when it comes to that, when it comes to somebody else wronging you, all you could really do is forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for allowing it to happen. Like every single day I feel like it's my fault that if I didn't give him the money, like I would have more money in my pocket right now. If I didn't give him my fucking money, I would have gotten my car sooner. There's so many things I wish I've done different, but I can't sit here and beat myself up for not doing anything different. But all the things I did for him was out of the kindness of my own heart. I did things because at the time I loved him and that he was my boyfriend at the time. I genuinely cared about him, and he used my kindness against me. And that's why I had to leave that situation. And don't you ever feel ashamed. I'm about to start crying. Don't you ever feel ashamed for living a situation that doesn't benefit you or was hurting you. For choosing yourself in a situation where it was hard. You should be proud of yourself for even considering forgiving someone who really disrespected you and fucked you over. I may not know you through the screen, but I'm proud of you. The reason why you came on this video is because you needed some advice on how to forgive someone, which is a good step up, which means you're not a bad person. You're a good person because you're trying to forgive and you're trying to forget, you're trying to heal. Like, this is a great step up for you. For you to give yourself the chance to heal and be better. This is a huge step up. So I want to thank you for coming to the video and for watching it. And I hope this helped, because it sure as hell helped me. Like, it helped me be able to vent about what was going on with me and why I didn't post a couple months ago. I took a break. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this was helpful. If it was, give it a thumbs up and comment down below if you feel comfortable. Who's the person you're trying to forgive and why? I love y'all so much, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.